Hello everyone. In this video we will see ratio and proportion. In this video we will learn only the introduction, that is what is ratio and what is proportion. We will learn only the basics in this video. So let's start. So we will see what is a ratio with this example. In a fruit basket there are two types of fruits, 20 apples and 8 mangoes. Now the first we have to find ratio of number of apples to number of mangoes, and next we have to find ratio of number of mangoes to number of apples. So we will see this example in detail. We have given in a fruit basket there are two different types of fruits, that is apples and mangoes, and there are 20 apples and 8 mangoes. Now we have to find the ratio. Okay, so first what we will do, how many apples are there? Now here number of apples equal to 20. Number of apples are 20 and the number of mangoes are 8. We have to find the ratio of number of apples to number of mangoes. The ratio of number of apples to number of mangoes. This means first we have to see the number of apples. How much it is? 20. Okay, which is equal to 20. The number of mangoes is 8. So 20 is to 8. We will write it like this, which is equal to, this is how we will write the ratio. This we will read it as 20 is to 8. Now this we will write it in numerator upon denominator form. So first what we have to see, number of apples. So apples we have to write it in the numerator, that is 20 is coming first. That we have to write it in the numerator upon to the number of mangoes. Mangoes is coming second. The number of mangoes is 8. That is the second number is 8. So that we will write it in the denominator, 20 upon 8. See carefully, here we have to find ratio of number of apples to number of mangoes, right? So number of apples is coming first in the ratio. So that number of apples will come in the numerator to the number of mangoes. This means the number of mangoes will come in the denominator. So this is how you will write the ratio. So this is 20 is to 8. This you can reduce it further. 20 divided by 4 upon 8 divided by 4. Okay. This 20 and 8 both we can divide by 4. So what we will get? 20 divided by 4 is how much? 5 upon 8 divided by 4 is 2. 5 upon 2. So which is equal to 5 is to 2. The ratio of number of apples to the number of mangoes is 5 is to 2. This is how you will write the ratio. That means for 5 apples there are 2 mangoes. So for 20 apples there will be 8 mangoes. Okay. For 5 apples there are 2 mangoes. So for 10 apples, how many mangoes we will have? 5 2s are 10. We are having 10 apples. That means we have to multiply that same number, that is 2 2s are 4. So for 10 apples we will have 4 mangoes. Okay. So this is how the ratio is useful for comparing things. Okay. If there are 15 apples, are there, then how many mangoes will be there? See, 5 3s are 15. Okay. So how many mangoes we will get? 2 3s are 6. So 6 mangoes. This ratio is used for comparison of objects, comparison of things. Okay. Here we found that the ratio of number of apples to number of mangoes is 5 is to 2. Okay. Now if you want to find the ratio of number of mangoes to number of apples, then what we will do? First we will write the number of mangoes, because first what if we have to find ratio of number of mangoes. First mangoes is given. So how many mangoes are there? 8. So 8 is to, then the ratio of number of mangoes to the number of apples. That means 8 is to 20. Number of apples is 20. So 8 is to 20. Equal to 8 upon 20. Here 8 will come in the numerator. Why? Because see, here mangoes is given first. We have to first find the number of mangoes to the number of apples. Okay, so first we have to take the number of mangoes in the numerator upon the number of apples, that will be in the denominator. So 8 upon 20, which is equal to, so we can reduce this further, that is we can divide these two numbers by 4. 8 divided by 4 will be 2 upon 20 divided by 4 will be 5. So 2 upon 5. So which is equal to 2 is to 5. The ratio how you can write, see, it is coming 2 upon 5. So in ratio form how you will write? First we will write the number which is there in the numerator is to the number which is there in the denominator. Okay, so 2 is to 5. The ratio of number of mangoes to the number of apples is how much? 2 is to 5. So here the ratio of number of apples to number of mangoes was 5 is to 2, and here the ratio of number of mangoes to the number of apples is 2 is to 5. Okay, so when finding the ratio, remember which quantity is given first, that will come first, and the quantity which is given second, that will come second. Okay, so this is how you will find ratios. Okay, so the ratios are useful for comparing the quantities. Okay, this is how you will write the ratio, and we read it, this we will read it as 5 is to 2, and this we will read it as 2 is to 5. Okay, next we will see what is the difference between ratio and proportion. We will see this with an example. Now we will see the difference. What is the difference between ratio and proportion with this example? See, here there is a blue rectangle and here there is a yellow color rectangle. For blue rectangle, the length is 6 centimeter and the breadth is 4 centimeter. And for the yellow rectangle, the length is 9 centimeter and the breadth is 6 centimeter. Now see only the blue rectangle. For blue rectangle, first we will find the ratio of length to breadth. Okay, what is the length of this blue rectangle is how much? 6 centimeter. So the length is 6 centimeter and the breadth of blue rectangle is 4 centimeter. So here breadth of blue rectangle is 4 centimeter. Okay, now the ratio of length to breadth of blue rectangle. See, first length is given. So first we have to write length, that is 6 is to breadth is how much? 4. 6 is to 4. So the ratio is 6 is to 4. So we can reduce this further. See, so we can write it as 6. 6 is coming first, so that will come in the numerator. Okay, so 6 upon 4, which is equal to 6 upon 4. We can reduce it further. We can divide both this number by 2, that is 2 3s are 6 and 2 2s are 4. 3 upon 2. So what is the ratio we are getting? Which is equal to 3 upon 2 means we can write it in ratio, that is 3 is to 2. So the ratio of length to breadth of blue rectangle is how much? 3 is to 2. Now for this yellow rectangle we will see, we will find the ratio. Similarly we will find for yellow rectangle. Here the length is how much? So here the length is 9 centimeter and the breadth of yellow rectangle, breadth is how much? 6 centimeter. So the length and breadth we have written. The ratio of length to breadth of yellow rectangle. Okay, we have to find the ratio of length to breadth. So equal to what we have to see? Length. Length is given first. So length we will write first. What is the length? 9 is to, now the breadth is 6. So the ratio is 9 is to 6. So this 9 is to 6 we can write it in numerator upon denominator form. So this 9 will come in the numerator, that is which is equal to 9 upon 6. Okay, now this 9 upon 6 we can reduce it further. We can divide this 9 and 6 by 3. Both 9 and 6 can be divided by 3. So what we will get? 9 divided by 3 is 3 upon 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, so which is equal to 3 is to 2. The ratio of length is to breadth of blue rectangle, that is 3 is to 2, and the ratio of length is to breadth of this yellow rectangle is also 3 is to 2. This means both the ratios we are getting equal. This means both the rectangles are in proportion. That means the length and breadth of blue rectangle is in proportion to length and breadth of yellow rectangle. Because the ratio we are getting constant. Okay, constant, it is same. 3 is to 2. The ratio is same. This means the ratio of length is to breadth of both the rectangles are in proportion. So proportion means if two ratios are equal, then we say that this both the ratios are in proportion. Okay. So this example will be very useful to understand what is the difference between ratio and proportion. Okay. If two ratios are equal, then we say they are in proportion. Okay. So here we end this video. This was just the introduction to this chapter. We will learn in detail about ratios and proportion in the next video. If this was useful to you, then please like and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.